Hello everyone, and welcome to the third week of our Solitary Tarot, Solitary Oracle deck challenge. Hopefully you're finding that the daily draws are really encouraging you to do some soul searching and to really explore how you're actually feeling in your day-to-day life, but also hopefully that you're able to get to know yourself better through this experience. Come to an understanding of why perhaps you're repeating certain experiences day in and day out, or the beautiful growth that you've made over the last few days or throughout any moment in any day. Documenting it in this way really allows ourselves to understand ourselves better, but also to encourage ourselves, give ourselves a pat on the back as well. So, for the third week, as with every week, we're going to continue our daily draws. Hopefully 7 days a week, but preferably, at least 5 days a week we're doing those daily draws. And allow this to be really a deepening of this practice for yourself, especially if you've been doing daily draws. I know I found for me that actually giving myself 10 or 15 minutes in the morning to sit down and write, not just about the card, but also where I am and how I'm feeling, has been really powerful. And I am really enjoying that practice, and that's something that I'm going to continue to do outside of this month. Actually, sitting and journaling every single day like this in the morning has been very profound for me. And I know so many of us, we're so busy, we tend to leave those things till the end of the day and then they never happen. So doing this in the morning and really giving myself that time has been huge. So that's been really powerful for me, and I hope that you're having similar experiences for yourself in your own ways to give yourself the gift of this time to really deepen your spiritual practice, but get to know yourself as well as part of that journey. This week, we're going to continue with our daily draws. We're going to continue writing about our experience with the card, how we feel looking at the image, what comes up for us. Then journaling a little bit about the guidebook if we feel drawn to do that. We're still going to be journaling about our feelings, about how we are feeling about ourselves, our life every morning. And that can go in whatever direction you want it to be. It's a real checking in of all of the parts and energies within you and allowing those pieces and those voices to be heard in a very powerful way. We're going to add to that this week, what am I creating today? So this can be part of what you've drawn in the card itself, or it can just be more a setting of an intention for yourself throughout the day. So whether you're incorporating the card meaning into that, or it's just an intention in and of itself that you want to set for yourself, every day we're going to do a little journaling about that. A few sentences, maybe a paragraph if you feel drawn to, several pages if that's what ends up happening. But we're really just stepping into creating an intention and a focus on being aware of our experience throughout our day. And when we come up against certain things that perhaps are really difficult for us, or that we find that test us in certain ways, or where we feel like we cannot be our authentic selves throughout these experiences, setting this intention gives us something to come back to bring our awareness to the present moment and the body so that we can authentically be ourselves in those moments. So that's what we're going to be doing for our daily draw. We're going to be adding that to that 10 or 15 minutes that we're giving ourselves every day. What do I want to create today? What am I creating today? That's what we're going to include in our daily draws. So for our real activity, real homework of the week, we're going to be stepping into creating a storyline with our deck. So this is going to be very creative and imaginative. It's going to really get us involved with that part of ourselves. And so that can feel a little scary for some of us, but just go with this. Give yourself this gift, again, because this is a gift to yourself, to really explore your creativity through this process. So we're going to be telling a story with our deck. Now, I'm going to encourage you to draw some cards to do this, but if you want to, you can try to tell your story throughout your whole deck, just the energy of the deck, incorporating that into some type of fictional story. But I'm going to encourage you to draw some cards and tell a story this way. So in every tarot course that I teach, This is part of the experience of our Intro to Tarot course. We all have to write a story using tarot cards. This is really powerful and impactful. It helps us to understand how to interpret card meanings on the fly, because really we are telling a story through the cards that show up for anybody, whether it's ourselves or a querent. It also encourages us to really step into and get comfortable with our intuition, our psychic abilities, and our imagination. But this is actually very eye-opening for us, because when we give ourselves the freedom to tell a story, we can really learn a lot about ourselves through what we decide to write. And the cards are, again, a powerful tool for helping us step into this. So you're going to draw anywhere from 3 to 7, perhaps even more, if you want to do 10 cards, if you really love this type of exercise. And you're going to tell a story through those cards. So, and you can feel completely free to take this in whatever way you want to, as far as it can be a linear story, you know, card 1 through card 5, and here's the story, card 5 is the ending. It could be more pulling certain symbolism or scenes from each card and weaving that into a story. This is where, you, again, your imagination, your creativity has free reign. And this is really a story for you. This is not something that I want you to edit. No editing here. You're not turning this into someone to judge. This is your free, beautiful storyline with your oracle or tarot deck. So you are telling a beautiful story here, and this is a story for you to create in whichever way it unfolds. Whether it's a darkly beautiful story or a story filled with light, that doesn't matter. Don't edit yourself here. Have fun, enjoy this process, and really be open and vulnerable through this process. Please don't edit yourself for this exercise this week. So for our fun activity for the week, the first week we worked with sleeping with the deck under our pillow, and a lot of us had some fun with that, had some interesting experiences. For the second week, we worked with different stones with the deck. So, and I know some of you had some confusion with that, but it's really just about playing with the stones themselves and which stones like to interact with that particular deck, and it's meant to be fun, so don't get into a stressful place with this. For the third week, we're going to work with incense and herbs if we want to. So this is really cool because, again, just like with our stones where we were seeing what stones like to work with the deck, this is another layer. This is the plant beings. And so what plant beings like to come to the table when you play with this deck? You know, is it mint? Is it sage? Perhaps Nag Champa is the incense that you really want to burn when you work with this. Perhaps it's more of a floral scent, an earthy scent. Perhaps it's a scent that reminds you of fire, or something that reminds you of water. So this is really fun, and you can use herbs for this, like actual dried herbs or fresh herbs, or you can use incense, anything like that, and just have fun with it and see, you know, what incense do you like to have burning when you work with this deck. So this is more of an exploration and a joyful activity, so don't get too stressed about it. This is supposed to be fun. So just see what incense you like to use when you work with this deck, and really experiment with different incense and see how it affects when you do your daily draw or when you do a spread with this deck as well. So this is our main focus for week 3, and as with every week, anything else that you're drawn to do with your deck, you're encouraged to do. So do as many spreads as you want this week with your deck. But our real exercise this week, our homework for this week, is to create a storyline, a story with our deck itself and the cards that we've drawn from the deck, and really give ourselves free reign with this and allow ourselves to really step into a very creative space with this. It's going to be very powerful, and you're going to be amazed at what you end up writing. I assure you of that. As always, if you have any questions or you're unsure about anything, feel free to message me here, or message me on my Facebook page, Artist Owl Moon, and I'll be happy to help you as much as I'm able to. But this is really a personal challenge. So first and foremost, it has to be about what feels right for you. And I'm giving you a loose outline, but anytime you feel like you want to divert off that path, you are encouraged by me to do so. This is really about you and your journey, and you're documenting your journey, so it needs to be something that feels authentic for you. I did mention this in my first video, but a lot of you have been asking. So yes, I am using the Sacred Rebels Oracle this month for the challenge, and I'm also using just this deck for the daily draws on my Facebook page. I am having an amazing experience with this deck, as I always do with Alana Fairchild's decks. But this one's really encouraging me to be very authentic in every moment of every day and to be unafraid of being my true self. And I am deeply grateful and feel so blessed to have this deck in my life and to be using it for this challenge. I am having a little withdrawal, as I'm sure some of you have, from certain decks that I typically use, throughout my daily life. But I think it is good to exercise a little restraint at times and see what happens when we really just use one deck. So I am having fun with that, but I am having some withdrawals from my Isis Oracle and from my Tarot of Vampires deck. So, but I'm going to make it. We're on week 3, right guys? So we can do this. We can do the whole month with one deck. Of course, if you feel that you need to use a different deck or that the time has come for you to end the challenge, don't worry about that. Step right back into working with the decks that you feel drawn to. But I am finding it very fun to just be working with one deck and exploring my spiritual path in this way. So I hope you're all enjoying this challenge as much as I am. And I will see you all in the next video. Many blessings, guys. Bye.